Welcome, friends. In this series of simplifying and categorization of mutual funds, today we'll discuss about fund of fund. So let us share our screen. Here we can see we have already seen equity funds 11 types, then debt funds 16 types, then hybrid fund, and we have already discussed index fund, retirement fund, and children's fund. Now, last leg is fund of fund. So, what is fund of fund? Fund of fund is nothing but, as the name shows or suggests, fund of fund invest in different fund, not directly in equity, debt, bond, or securities. Actually, there are so many mutual funds, different type of mutual funds, and some are good performing. So fund of fund search for those performing mutual funds and invest in those mutual funds. That is why it is known as fund of fund. It may be fettered or unfettered. So what is this fettered? Fettered funds are those funds which invest in one particular fund house only. So those are fettered. They cannot go beyond that very mutual fund house or AMC. They can invest in different mutual funds of that particular fund household. Whereas in unfettered, they can invest in any mutual fund house. Only thing they should be outperforming. So unfettered are better compared to fettered one. What is the purpose of fund of fund? The purpose of this to garner maximize benefit from another outperforming mutual funds without taking much risk. They are not supposed to do due diligence for investment in equity, direct equity, or debt or bonds. Simply, they have to see other funds which are performing and invest in underlying assets of that very fund. One thing. Second thing is, even a small investor who wants diversification, which is not possible through this small amount. So they can invest in fund of funds and they invest those money in different mutual funds, the different schemes of mutual funds. It may be equity, debt. So they will get huge diversification through a small amount. Who should invest in fund of funds? Any retail investor, anyone can invest who have less risk or appetite and same time want to get benefit of diversification should be investing in fund of funds. So now let us see what are the advantages of a fund of funds. First one, ultimate in diversification. So if a fund invest in different mutual fund. So one we can see in one equity scheme there may be 50 to 60, maybe 70 stocks. Even in concentrated portfolio, there will be 20, 25 stocks. So if fund of fund invest in one mutual fund, then a scheme, then another scheme, there may be debt fund. So they will get huge diversification in different mutual funds. So there is ultimate in diversification. We cannot get such diversification investing in any mutual fund scheme which is providing this fund of funds. Second thing, professional management expertise we get through investment. There is fund managers who are professional and we get expertise from him and who is in search of outperforming mutual funds and invest in their schemes. alleviation of risk and volatility. Of course, a particular scheme may be volatile due to inherent equity investments. If such equities are having much volatility, it will have. So, fund of fund reduces because it is not directly investing in any equity directly. So, this risk and volatility is reduced because this investing in multiple schemes, mutual fund schemes. So, there are very less risk and volatility. It can invest in even in hedge funds. Some portion can be there. So this is possible. Especially a small investor cannot invest in hedge fund. Some funds require up to six figures, which is not possible for retail investor. That can be possible through this. Exposure to assets usually beyond a small investor. Those assets can be invested through fund of funds. So these are the advantage of fund of funds. Then now see what are the disadvantages. The first disadvantage is additional layer of fees or higher fees. Actually, fund of fund have their fund manager and their own operation cost, all this. So they will charge one expense ratio from all these for those meeting those expenses. And these fund invest in other mutual fund scheme. So that very scheme also have their own set of expense ratio. So there will be additional layer, double expense. So normally this charges goes much more with compared to other regular or direct funds. So if you are investing in fund of fund, then of course its expense ratio will be more. So this is a great disadvantage. Second thing, risk of overlap in holdings. They are investing in so many schemes, and each scheme will have certain thing. It cannot be ascertained that there is no overlap. So overlapping will reduce diversification. So chances of overlapping is there, much more there. Difficulty in finding qualified managers and funds. As it is not a specialized job for investing in equity or debt or some particular asset class. So it is very difficult to find qualified manager and funds. So these are the advantages, disadvantages. Now, what are the tax treatment for fund of funds? Fund of fund may be investing in other equity funds, maybe more equity oriented funds, but fund of fund, in government view or SEBI's view, it is a debt fund. So tax treatment is as for debt fund only. So one cannot get equity treatment. So this can be a disadvantage. Of course, as for other debt instruments, taxation, less than 3 year will be short term capital gains, and that will be as per your slab. If more than 3 years, then taxation will be 20% with end taxation benefit. So this is the tax statement. And understanding these nonsense, these things, you can even take advice from your advisor, and only then you should think of investing in any fund of fund. There are not so many fund of funds, very less. Even if you want to invest, you must take due diligence before investing in those fund of funds. If you find some value in this discourse, please provide your valuable comments and like this video. Also share with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get benefit out of this discourse. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if not subscribed so far, so that you can get immediate notification whenever I'm uploading new videos. Thank you. Bye.